your cooperation. Where are you from?
I'm from France. I'm super happy to be here.
Wow, that's
It's
good.
actually my last day in Japan.
How long have you been in Japan?
I've been in Japan for 3 months. 3 months now. Yeah.
Wow.
Because when you're French, you can be in Japan for 19 days in total.
Yeah?
No, 90. So tomorrow it will be my last day.
Is it your holiday or study?
Actually, it's holiday, but I'm working also. I'm doing vlogs and stuff. I'm also doing videos.
Oh, yeah.
So that's my job. It's kind of holiday, but also I'm also working. I'm doing content.
That's
Content
right.
creator.
Oh, could you show your content around?
Yeah, of course. So my content is basically my muscle.
Wow.
And also I'm a beatboxer. I can show you if you want.
Bravo!
Merci beaucoup.
すごい。
すごいね。
Are you perform your skill
Oh
in
no,
Japan?
no. Yeah, sometimes to stranger. I love because I love to see people reaction to my beatbox.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's super nice. People are always super happy to hear it.
So you got many すごい in Japan.
Yeah, すごいすごい。
Have you studied Japanese?
Only on Duolingo.
Duolingo.
Yeah, Duolingo. I know. Mizu to sushi kudasai. No, but 日本語の勉強4ヶ月 on Duolingo. Yeah.
Oh, only 4 months?
Yeah, 4 months. But it's
Wow.
if you do it every day, it works a little bit. I'm watching a lot of interviews in Japan, in Japanese.
Oh, really?
Like some guys are interviewing like you on the streets.
Yeah.
Usually there is subtitles in English. That's what you do, no?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I'm watching your channel.
Really?
Subscribe to this channel.
Thank you. Is it your first visit to Japan?
Yeah, it's my first time in Japan.
Why do you want to come to Japan?
I already did North America because I'm from Europe. So I already did Europe a lot of country. I already did North America. I was doing Canada and United States 1 year ago.
Wow.
So, and it was pretty much the same thing because, you know, European and American culture is the same culture because
Western
we
culture,
immigrated.
yeah.
And I wanted a country that the most brutal change I can have. So I was thinking about Japan. Also, I've heard it many times that Japan is really safe. And as now that I'm here, I can confirm it's super safe. During my 3 months, the only time I get in a kind of a argument, it was with French people.
Ah, yeah.
To tell you, so Japan, nobody is gonna come at you to insult you or to try to rob you. It's super safe. As I'm young, I've never been alone, and I think in the life of a man, it's important to be alone at least one time to get to know you better, to get to know the stuff that you like, that you don't like, and to just be alone in the country, the most far country I found it was Japan.
Wow.
So yeah, but also I love Japan culture. During all my childhood, I was playing video games, Pokemon, really incorporated. And also in France, we love Japan. And we have a very good impression about Japan people and Japan.
So is there any event or experience you feel that Japan is a safe place?
This is crazy, okay? In Japan, this is crazy. When I see that, I'm like, it's not possible. You can see people lying on the street, sleeping with the phone on his chest. All his money on him, and nobody is gonna rob him. It's crazy. In France, and also like on the restaurant and on the shop, the stuff is outside the shop. It's trusting people to not steal. So this is crazy for me. I'm from Europe. If you just, and even at night, sometimes the shops, they let the stuff outside at night. In France, you cannot do that. Even sleeping on the streets, totally drunk, no problem at all. You can just wake up the next day, totally fine, without any problem. So that's crazy. That's how I know Japan is so safe. I think it's the #1 thing. Yeah, it's crazy.
How many times have you seen lying people on the street in Japan?
Every night. If you go to Shibuya at night, it's difficult not to see that. And also because I love to walk, especially at night, to see the beautiful screens in Japan.
Yeah.
So maybe people will not sleep here because there is a lot of traffic and people. But if you go into a park,
Yeah.
you will see the bench people like this.
Would you like to try it?
Yeah, I want to try it. I want to try it. Yeah.
How about do it tonight?
Let's go. Ikimashou. Let's go. Tonight, for my last night,
Yeah.
I will sleep on this street.
Memorial night.
Yeah. I will never forget it.
If possible, what would you like to bring back to friends from Japan?
Actually, I've been to Donkey. I've been to Don Quixote and I've bought a big suitcase and I fill it with a lot of things. I fill it with Japanese food. I love so much Japanese food. I've bought, Ichiran ramen.
Yeah.
I've bought the box to make it at home. Also, like the food in Japan is so good, but it's difficult to bring sushi. But yeah, okonomiyaki. I want this in France. Okonomiyaki. It's my favorite food in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Especially from Hiroshima. I've been to Hiroshima.
Yeah.
Because there is udon and noodle inside the okonomiyaki.
Yeah.
It makes it 100 times better.
Wow.
Yeah, real. I love okonomiyaki. I've tried everywhere, in Tokyo, in Kyoto, in Osaka, in Hiroshima. Hiroshima is the best okonomiyaki in Japan.
Is there anything you wanted to do in Japan but you couldn't?
In 3 months, I've got the time to do a lot. Maybe I was planning to go to Hokkaido, Sapporo, because I really wanted to ski. Because I've heard in Japan there is a lot of snow, a lot of ski, it's pretty famous. So maybe I will come back in winter to experience that. So also going to the extreme north and also the extreme south, like Okinawa.
Okinawa and Hokkaido.
Yeah, I want to do both. When you begin to be interested about going into Japan, you will see a lot of videos on internet telling you, do this. But if you only come 2 weeks, you will not be able to do everything. Like me, in 3 months, I've not do like maybe 10% of Japan in 3 months. And I did a lot. You will have to come back if you want to experience all Japan.
Thank you for your interview. Thank you so much.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you for your cooperation. Where are you from?
Montreal, Canada.
How long have you been in Japan?
3 weeks for me and 2 weeks for her.
But we've been here for 2 days.
Is it your first visit in Japan?
Yes.
Yes.
Why did you decide to come to Japan?
He loves the anime.
Yeah.
I love the food.
Oh, so you're wearing the food T-shirt.
yeah, I like it.
So I love this T-shirt. Where did you get it?
In Montreal, Canada.
Really?
yeah.
Since when have you been interested in Japanese anime?
Since I'm 9 years old with Dragon Ball. Back in the day with the first manga was translate in Quebec.
What do you think the difference between Japanese animation and Canadian animation?
We don't do a lot of animation in Canada. It's more like American animation, but I think it's like the story plot and the drawing and how you make everything different. The action scene, the development of character is more complex in the Japanese anime.
From those animation and manga, what image do you have to Japan?
A clean country will love to be everything go around. Everybody's like a system, a couple of systems go really well together. Everybody follow the rule more than in Canada. So it's pretty clean. People are pretty nice. So
And now you are in Japan.
yes,
So is there any difference your image of Japan and real Japan?
no, not really. The food is good. The people are nice. So I don't really see any difference about what I'm thinking about it. It's bigger than I was thinking. I was thinking everything was pretty more close, but everything is a little bit more afar, so I need to walk a little bit more.
Yeah.
But the only thing was different from what I was thinking Japan was gonna be.
What was your first impression of Japan?
I love it. The first night we made friends at a bar with Japanese people and they were so nice to us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so far it's really nice.
Yeah. What Japanese food would you like to eat most?
It's hard because I like a lot. I love sushi.
Sushi.
Ramen
The ramen
for
too
you?
is pretty good.
Ramen.
Sushi. Japanese barbecue is good. I have a lot of stuff to try, but
What's the difference between Japanese barbecue and Canadian barbecue?
Canadian barbecue is on the grill.
Yeah.
You cook everything once and you serve to people. Here it's like in the middle and you cook and
Yeah.
there's sauce and you eat as you're cooking. It's more fresh.
you don't cook a big piece of meat and just eat it after. It's like you make up a small slice of meat, of whatever, pork, beef, chicken,
Yeah.
and you mix it with vegetable and the sauce. The really difference, not only one big piece with like
Yeah.
mashed potato.
Is there any difference between the meat between Japanese and Canadians?
I think in general, whether it's meat or like fish for the sushi, I feel it's more fresh here. Maybe because like the sea is right next to here, but it tastes fresh, more fresh.
Yeah.
For us, everything comes from far away, so sometimes it's yeah.
For the
very
fish.
large. Have you ever eaten Wagyu?
Wagyu, yeah, but not Kobe beef. No.
Not Kobe beef.
Yeah, not
That's
there,
right.
but we want to.
Yeah. Kobe beef is very famous in Canada.
In
Yes,
Canada,
pretty
yes,
well.
but
Yeah.
we can never find it. We can't buy it, but everyone knows that it's good.
Really? Why Kobe beef is so famous in Canada?
Kobe beef, because everyone says it's the most delicious beef you can ever eat because of like how fatty and like soft it is.
The way the beef is treated when you grow up and it's feed, like the meat is soft, you have more fat, so more tasty when you cook it correctly. So the Angus is the best we have is Angus, but it's not the same. It's less fat.
Is there anything you surprised in Japan?
I would say the subway is pretty nice. The system how it's work. People are really quiet in it. It's not loud. It's really refreshing because in Canada people are loud everywhere. So yeah, the surprise is really funny.
Yeah, I'm surprised also how cheap things are.
Yeah.
Like the food, the subway transport system, everything is not expensive. So
Yeah.
I was surprised for a big city like this.
Yeah. In this trip, what are you most looking forward to doing or seeing in Japan?
Well, I really wanted to try the special cafe. So we just went to Pig Cafe.
Cafe?
It's really cool.
Like those kinds of animal cafe is not in Montreal.
No, there's nothing like this in Montreal.
We don't have an animal coffee in Montreal.
No.
I don't know why. I think it's probably something by the law. You have a lot of animal coffee with
Yeah.
the cow, the pig, the cat, the dog, the otter.
Yeah.
A lot to. We have a lot of this to discover.
Do you know, L'Hôpital Cafe is also here.
What is?
L'Hôpital.
Oh yeah.
And snakes.
Maybe not for me this time. But also, I think he wanted to visit an onsen like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to go to the onsen.
But we have to find one where he can go. 'Cause
But maybe it's okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
it's
find
not-
some place.
Now there are so many tourists here, so the onsen Bantatu is just a half of them.
Oh, nice.
Have you checked any SNS,
What's that?
social network, like TikTok or
Before
Instagram?
coming here? Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We see a lot of stuff on Instagram.
TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah. You tell us.
Yeah, we looked at video to know where to go eat or.
Yeah. Is there any favorite movie of TikTok or Instagram?
There's one that we really like, but it's not. It doesn't tell you where to go, but it's like a comedian, a Japanese comedian that does funny video, and
Oh.
I think he's really funny.
Could you show it to me?
I'll try to find it. Je pense j'ai dit t'en envoyer un moment.
What?
No, I can't find it.
All right, that's okay. Thank you for the interview. Thank you so much. Thank you for your cooperation. Where are you from?
I'm half from Belgium, half from Brazil.
And I'm half from Portugal and half from Belgium.
Now you are living in Belgium.
I'm living in New York and he's living in Paris.
Yeah,
Different countries.
Yeah.
How long have you been in Japan?
I lived in Japan last year. I was living in Hakusan. I don't know if you know, and it was like very nice. I was like as a student exchange, and it was incredible. So that's why I came back here.
Ah, yeah.
And I've been here. It's my first time in Japan, and we arrived. We went to South Korea before, and now we have been here for 12 days. It's our last day today.
Oh,
But I think
really?
it's a life-changing experience being in Japan.
Life-changing experience compared to what? Compared to Belgium or New
Compared
York?
to the other countries that you can visit.
Wow. Why did you decide to come together to Japan?
While I was living there, I told my friends that they needed to come with me. But of course, like since we work, it's not always easy to find a moment where everyone can be here together. And since it's like holidays in Europe and in the US as well, we found a little spot in our time schedules. And we came here for 2 weeks here and 1 week in Seoul, because I lived in Korea as well, and I wanted to go back. So yeah, that's why.
So you lived in Japan and Korea, both countries.
Yeah.
So
6 months, 6 months.
wow.
Yeah.
So what did you study?
What did I study?
Yeah.
Basically business,
Yeah.
finance. Yeah.
So is there any difference living in Korea and living in Japan?
Oh, I
Yeah,
think,
definitely. Regarding price tags, I guess the level of expensiveness is the same. Probably maybe in Japan there's things that are more expensive than there. Like the rent here is more expensive than in South Korea. But I really liked Seoul because it's like calmer. Here, wherever you go, like we're living in Shibuya right now. Whenever we go out, there's like tons of people around you. And Seoul, you can find like more easy places to just be on your like alone.
Personally, I prefer Japan over Korea because I like the spirit, the mood here in Japan.
Yeah.
I think it's much nicer. And the food is really nice as well in Japan. You eat well, you eat good, and the people are really nice, really respectful as well. Really respectful country, so I love it.
It is your first visit in Japan, right?
Yes.
So what is your first impression of Japan?
I think I said this yesterday to a friend, but I'm surprised how everything works here. Everything just works perfectly. The subway, the bus. I mean, you go to a restaurant, it's always perfect. And yes, we're also vlogging the trip, so that's why. But yeah, and also the respect around the country. Everyone is so respectful. So that's something that I really admire here in the country as well.
This time, what are you most looking forward to doing or seeing in Japan?
Eating.
Eating, I think, eating
Eating.
sushi. That was the
Sushi.
first thing I wanted to try. Eating wagyu. I think eating is something that you really want to do here when you come to Japan. And then visiting as well. The shrines, they're so beautiful. And I mean, we went to Kyoto, we went to Osaka as well. So it was really nice.
This time, you recommend any place to him?
A lot of main places to visit, like the shrines, as he said. The parks here are like amazing. Most of the parks that you go to in Europe are not like this. For example, the Gyeon Park was very nice. And also there's a park near the Tokyo Dome, Ryokugen, I think. And it's amazing. It's not that famous, so there's not that many people that go there. So yeah, there's a lot of hidden gems here, which are nice to go to.
Is there any difference between business to visit around in Korea or in Japan?
I think it's the same. The only thing is, of course, when you visit things here, it's more crowded than Seoul because it's more touristic, of course, and you see a lot of American people everywhere. And I'm not a big fan of American people. Sorry for the American viewers, but
I live in America myself, and I can agree with that.
okay, perfect. And I think it's more crowded, but in terms of easiness of arriving to places here and visit them, I think it's the same. Maybe you have more fees to pay whenever you visit things here, which is
more
normal.
expensive.
Like whenever you go to a park, like the maintenance of the park is not easy, so it makes sense.
Public transportation works really well, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you for your time. ありがとうございます。皆さんいかがだったでしょうか。少しでも面白いな、また見たいなと思っていただけましたら、高評価とチャンネル登録よろしくお願いいたします。